The Republican Party has become a threat to liberal democracy. The value of the U.S.-led liberal global order that emerged from the aftermath of humanity's greatest tragedy, which killed 80 million people and left the world in ruin. That liberal global order is worth defending. This president is an autocrat. He is not a small d Democrat. He doesn't believe in liberal democracy. And what we're seeing here every day are 5 behaviors. 1, he incites fervor in a base through constant lying. 2, he scapegoats minority populations, and he affixes blame for complex problems to them and them alone. 3, he alleges conspiracies that are hidden and nefarious and linked to those scapegoated populations. 4, he spreads a sense of victimizations among those fervent supporters. And 5, he asserts the need to exert heretofore unprecedented power to protect his victim class from the conspiracies and the scapegoated populations. Through all of history, you understand totalitarianism. You understand how democracies fall. You will find those 5 behaviors. Now, government of the people, by the people, for the people must continue. And the Republican Party has abdicated. Conservatism has become synonymous with obedience to the leader. A leader who says, I am the law. I am above the law. I will define what truth is. Truth is what the leader says it is, not what we would have recognized months ago as objective truth. And so the Republican Party has become a threat to liberal democracy. And the last time this happened, it unleashed a tragedy the likes of which the world has never seen. Never seen. And I think there's a real lack of imagination in this country about how fragile these institutions are and about how dangerous a president is unprepared, as authoritarian, as ignorant as he, the damage that he would be able to cause. All through history, when you look at violations of civil liberties, they have always occurred through a prism of fear. Right? Fear is a contagion. It erodes democratic values and institutions, but always it's in the name of security that civil liberties are compromised. And that lesson has been learned through history. And here we are repeating it again. It is a shame that will linger, a stench that will linger around this vile administration, and in my view, for a century. You know, the author Alex Haley had a saying. He said, find the good and praise it. Right. Nobody can compete with Donald Trump in a vileness contest. He's the most vile. Nobody can compete with Donald Trump in a dishonesty contest because he's the most dishonest. We have to find the good and praise it in this country. Liberal democracy is worth defending. The U.S.-led liberal global order, despite all of its flaws, it has secured the peace. It has lifted billions of people on the planet out of abject poverty into something approaching prosperity over the last 73 years. All of this is worth defending. It was architected by giants, conceived by FDR, built by a plain-spoken man from Independence, Missouri, Harry Truman, stewarded from John Kennedy to Ronald Reagan to Barack Obama, and the departure from it by this president, his fetishizing autocrats and dictators from Erdogan to Putin to President Xi. It is disturbing. I do believe that the American people don't want to live in Trumpistan. They want to continue living in America. And this is a fundamental question in 2018. This is the most important midterm election in American history. Because if this is not repudiated in November, this country's going down a track of not just decline, but a fundamental change that will be very, very difficult to change the trajectory that we're on.
Steve Schmidt, it's great to have you here. Thank you very much.
Good to see you. I am the law. I am above the law. The American people don't want to live in Trumpistan. The American people don't want to live in Trumpistan. This is the most important midterm election in American history, because if this is not repudiated in November, this country is going down a track of not just decline, but a fundamental change that will be very, very difficult to change the trajectory that we're on. The American people don't want to live in Trumpistan. The American people don't want to live in Trumpistan. The American people don't want to live in Trumpistan.